Ready Player One has the most upsetting opening of any Spielberg film ever. Van Halen's worst song bleeding away on the soundtrack, and then a dystopia right out of the worst of the 1980s in a project that quite obviously and so depressingly was greenlit on the strength of fucking Stranger Things, a show that mercilessly and quite without shame stole everything from the works of Spielberg, directed or produced movies like Poltergeist and E.T. without proper attribution and terrible grammar, now manifesting as nostalgia as a hideous Ouroboros, and for some reason there isn't a single slur uttered by these terminally online loser idiot freaks who are all look like models and...
It's all a lot.
Sorry, let's go back to the start.
Get ready for the feel of real. That's what. No pain, no gain.
The book Ready Player One had a novel enough concept. What if a game designer was Willy Wonka, opening his factory to one fan? But in the hands of the Hollywood script machine, it becomes a grotesque delivery device for the worst and most obvious artifacts of the 1980s, with a handful of excruciating exceptions.
So, ignoring the hideous and stultifying dead end that is the idea that nothing interesting culturally is meant to have happened between the release date of this movie, 2018, and 2045 when it's set, and people still think nothing has ever surpassed Back to the fucking Future or fucking Winger or whatever as cultural bedrock, let's just talk about the one thing that isn't hugely grim about this movie.
That one thing is the camera. The reason we're doing this project to begin with.
The one thing that helps us see past all of this mishigas. Alan Silvestri was only the third composer Spielberg had worked with other than John Williams in his long career. And he was brought on not just because John Williams was ostensibly busy with Star Wars, but because this is, more than it is a tribute to Spielberg's own cultural footprint, it's a tribute to his protege, Robert Zemeckis' cultural footprint.
Zemeckis cute. Great.
I know, nothing makes us happier. How is it that we're such huge Spielberg fans and we hate Zemeckis?
Well, it's like all the nerds in the theater, like, they're talking about fucking Oingo Boingo and shit,
Yeah.
and then someone's like, dude, it's Alan Silvestri, man. Okay. The man who gave voice to the DeLorean.
Are you seeing this?
Come on, move. Damn it. Jeez.
The camera and the constant retina-searing CGI imagery are all right out of his late playbook, and his reliance on technology that isn't quite ready for primetime, and the kind of jokes that are broadcast from Mars and land like a pizza crashing through a wet, grease-soaked box onto the dirty tile floor.
Oh, the Zemeckis touch. Spielberg certainly did as well, if not better, than his old friend at manipulating the most boring device in the modern grammatical toolkit, the floating camera during unending tracking shots.
It's true. Spielberg, to his credit, manages some interesting stuff with this, maintaining spatial and visual coherence despite the cacophony of digital detail always smashing into each other.
When the camera gains weight, it becomes as exciting as it threatens to be the rest of the picture.
war room? No, you gotta get out of there.
They're playing adventure.
Adventure? Of course. Created by Warren Robinette. He was the first designer to ever hide an Easter egg.
Though there's still some oddness and sterility to some of his live-action blocking, as there was in the BFG, another transitional work.
It does occasionally get a head of steam going in its digital world, which is called what? Do you remember?
The Oasis.
The Oasis. But for the most part, the question with this Enterprise and every other one like it, if you can make anything possible with your camera, with your computer, why does it always look so goddamned ugly?
It is really true. I mean, why does it all look like this? I mean, why does it look like this at all? Why does it have to have this particular dimensionality?
If your camera can traverse time and space with this exciting fluidity, why stop at recreating things we understand?
Which is the unanswered question at the heart of this work.
Why this and not that?
You come prepared?
Prepared?
What kind of haptics you rocking? Got the gloves and full visor or full body? Can you feel this?
Yeah. I got the X1 haptic boot suit, the microfiber crotch inlay.
Hi, Parzival. You did come prepared.
So, I've been thinking, maybe it'd be cool if we met up in the real world.
Nah, you'd be disappointed.
No, I wouldn't. I like you.
You don't even know me. This isn't what I really look like. This isn't my real body. Or my real face.
I don't care. I want to know your real name. My name's Wade.
What?
I said my name's...
Stop.
The world here is semi-tangible to an enervating degree, routed in a cultural history that only appeals to the lowest common denominator.
It's recreating the successes of anime, but attributing that to bankrupt American fast food images that are all older than its target audience.
As if to appease the most important members of the audience. The 45-year-old guy who went and saw Ready Player One on a Thursday who could possibly have compiled all of this meaningless data.
I guess if you're not a John Hughes fan,
Of course I am.
because the first thing that I would do is convert all the schools on Ludus to replicas from the Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller.
No way. That's a great idea. Which school? Ridgemont or Faber?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, not John Hughes. It's a trap. Faber College from Animal House.
John Hughes didn't direct Fast Times at Ridgemont High or Animal House. Ferris Bueller and the Breakfast Club, they went to Shermer High School, which is in Shermer, Illinois. I know what you think. You think I'm a corporate asshole, that I don't appreciate pop culture, but man, that's not true. You know, when I want to blow off steam,
Drink tab, play Robotron, listen to Duran Duran.
I crack open a tab. I put on some Duran Duran. I play Robotron. That's why I love the Oasis. Because it's just full of all these things, man, that people love, you know?
Speaking as actual nerds, there's just so much garbage here that has nothing to do with actual obsession. Everyone's taste here is remarkably mainstream and fairly down the plate. It's a complete softball to a trivia-obsessed culture, getting high on the fumes of recycled reference points.
Halliday kept track of every movie he ever watched, the week and the year he watched it, and how many times. Curator, can we see November 23 to 27, 2025? That's the week you went on the date with Kira.
Okay, so our options for that week are The Fly remake. Great flick, terrible date movie. Say Anything? That would make sense.
We gotta remember the clue. A creator who hates his own creation. The Shining. It's Halliday's 11th favorite horror film, and it's based on the best-selling book by Stephen King.
Like Avatar, it has an interesting thesis hidden here about the body we choose over the one we've been given.
And like Avatar, it was a huge, unprecedented box office success, but had comparatively little footprint in the years following its release.
Yeah, nobody talks about Ready Player
Nobody talks about. I mean, we've had an Avatar sequel, and there's no chance of
Nobody
that.
cares.
There's not going to be Ready Player.
There's
2.
literally there is a sequel novel, and we will never see
yeah,
the
no,
movie. Nobody
no.
gives a shit.
First to the key,
First to the egg. Wait, what?
never trust someone you meet in the Oasis.
She might be a 300-pound dude named Chuck.
Who lives in his mama's basement in suburban Detroit. Wait. Helen. My dad called me age. Kind of stuck. Let's go. That thing's IDing my van.
Come on. They've spotted us.
Title.
My real name is Toshiro. Samantha got us a message. She told us to meet you here.
Samantha, they took her to
The loyalty center, I know. Look, in other awesome news, the Sixers found the third challenge.
What?
Just, come on, get in. All right, let's go. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Hurry.
Ready Player One should be the perfect film for Spielberg, but it feels nevertheless like a movie lagging behind his ambition and ability by sticking so doggedly to the world he and the CGI artists responsible have recreated.
There are tiny bits of visual majesty that hark back to earlier Spielberg successes.
But mostly, it has an upsetting treatise on where culture was going.
Represented best by the terrible travesty made of his mentor Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, an impressive technical feat that revels in its own soullessness and over-enunciates itself to an audience that is supposed to know this shit by heart.
Yeah, it's true. It's all emphasis all the time to the only people who know what you're talking about.
And it's all treated with the gravity of the nuclear codes. I mean, literally, it's a movie about video games saving the world. It's so pathetic.
Culture was in bad shape in 2018.
And it's still on that death train now.
It is good that Spielberg saw it.
It's just a shame that this was his best defense at a time when we needed new images, new sounds, new ideas. Not the same old emperor in brand new clothes.
No, 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 no!